Yes, the eyes of the world have been on London after King Charles III and Queen Camilla were crowned at Westminster Abbey. What a historic ceremony it was. We really haven't seen anything like it since his mother's coronation in 1953, 70 years ago. Let's head to Buckingham Palace and Pete Stefanovic. Pete, it was quite a day.
It sure was. It was great to witness. I feel privileged to have been able to witness that, and I've seen a few of these big events in the United Kingdom. Timmy, good morning to you again. And spectacular is a pretty apt way of describing things today, and there were three stages of it. The first being the procession from Buckingham Palace behind me over to Westminster Abbey. They were in the Diamond Jubilee carriage, which of course was made by an Australian. And if there was any doubt about the popularity of King Charles, where there might have been a few questions answered today, because just look at the crowds. Despite the cold temperatures, despite the rain, it had been constant for about 24 hours. People still gathered in droves to witness history today. In some sections of the procession, people were stacked 5, 6, 7 people deep just to get a look. This was the first stage of the procession. Then came the ceremony itself in Westminster Abbey. Very traditional, very sombre, very serious. There were a couple of modern twists. This was at the request of King Charles. Female clergy, members from other faiths, a few subtle differences, breaks from the past, if you will, and that was Charles's touch on that. But there was so many highlights. I thought we can't talk for hours, but I just wanted to isolate two. I think they were my favourites, if you will, moments of the day. Of course, it's got to be the crowning of the King. He is the 40th monarch in English history to be crowned. And this tradition dates back to 1066, by the way, of William the Conqueror being the first, but Charles being the latest in the line. So here was that moment.
God save the King! God save the King!
I think a lot of folks were watching that wondering if the crown was actually going to stick in the end. And I think Camilla, when she was crowned too, some people forget this, that there was actually another crowning today as well. Queen Camilla had the moment when the crown was placed on her head, and it must have felt a little bit uncomfortable for her. But that actually completes her journey too, by the way, from, you know, famously being known as the other woman or the third wheel, and now she is Queen of England. The other moment I wanted to show you, though, is that nice moment between Prince William and his father, where he pledged allegiance to the King. Here it was.
I, William, Prince of Wales, pledge my loyalty to you, and faith and truth I will bear unto you, as your liege man of life and limb. So help me God.
Yeah, well done, Charles said. So that was the ceremony. Then came the spectacular again. So we spoke about the first leg from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey. Well, the return leg from Westminster Abbey back to Buckingham Palace was just as spectacular. It was bigger, it was longer, it was louder. There was the separate carriage, the Gold State carriage, which has been transporting kings and queens for more than 260 years. When Charles and Camilla got back here, there was the moment on the balcony, and quite a great picture too, when the crowds were allowed inside the Mall and were able to go up to the gate behind me to see that moment. There was the red arrows that flew past. It was just so much theatre and so much to enjoy, and that, according to a few people that I spoke to, was the moment of the day.
Oh, that was amazing.
Best
it was just
thing ever.
Absolutely worth every single minute being here.
Incredible, absolutely incredible.
Amazing, outstanding, brought me to tears.
Why?
Oh, I love the monarchy, love it so much.
To do it with my mother was the best thing ever.
What did you think about it, Mum?
I keep having to pinch myself. My dreams have come true. I cannot believe I'm so blessed that I have been able to fly from Australia to see this.
I really enjoyed this experience. I liked seeing the royal family going all around the place, and the enjoying part when the airplanes and they came and did the rainbow.
Absolutely wonderful, unbelievable.
Once in a lifetime, here we are.
What did you think of it?
Enjoyed it all, yes. The pomp and the pageantry of only England can do.
Yeah, there really was so much to enjoy, and there was just another picture I want to show you before I go, Timmy. This happened in the backyard, if you will, of Buckingham Palace. Thousands of troops were back there, and this is basically them thanking the King. There was even a smile on King Charles's face, which had been rare for large sections of the day today. They gave him up 3 cheers. Have a look.
3 cheers for His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
Yeah, one of my favourite shots of the day. One of many favourite moments of the day. I had so many there, Timmy, but just a quick update on Harry too. I mean, he cut we spoke about this last hour, but he cut such an isolated figure at Westminster Abbey too, didn't he? He was 3 rows deep. He wasn't on the balcony. According to report, he arrived here last night. According to reports, he's already left on his way. So he spent less than 24 hours in London before leaving. So a quick update on Harry.
Thanks, mate.